Hi folks, it's Tom from Psych Safety here again, and today we're going to be talking about trust and psychological safety, two related but different concepts. So, what is trust? So trust is holding expectations of others in the face of uncertainty and allowing yourself to be vulnerable. We trust that someone is either competent and that they will act in our best interest. So this is the idea of cognitive and affective trust, two sort of different but complementary aspects of trust. Cognitive trust is based upon competence and reliability. So we need to, in order to build cognitive trust for someone, we need to believe that they're competent to do the thing, they will do the job well, and that they'll do it consistently. They're not just going to get lucky on once. They consistently in reliability do good work, do the thing well. Affective trust, the difference, the sort of other side to cognitive trust. So affective trust is based upon empathy, care, and integrity. This is believing, trusting that someone else has your best interests or the team's best interests at heart. They won't take credit for your idea, or they won't steal something from the team, or they won't harm the team in some way that benefits themselves individually. Now, in relation to psychological safety, so psychological safety being a shared belief held by members of the team that the team is safe for interpersonal risk taking. The people in this team won't harm me if I speak up with mistakes or ask for help. So trust focuses on one person's belief about someone else. So we trust that they are competent, capable, and ethical, moral. That's affective trust. Now we need both cognitive and affective trust in order to deeply, properly trust someone. Psychological safety is really about group norms, the predictability of a group. And a group can be two individuals. That's a group of people. That two is a group. But psychological safety is about the group norms and how vulnerability is rewarded and treated in that group. So how does trust contribute to psychological safety? Right. So if trust is broken between two people, that can impact the overall psychological safety of the group, because it means we then find it more difficult to predict the outcome of risks that we take in that group. Psychological safety is about the consequences of interpersonal risks that we take within that group. We're going to get some examples of this soon, and this might make all this much clearer. So you can trust someone's competence, right? We can trust that someone is competent. We can even trust that we can even have affective trust in them, but we still might not feel safe speaking our mind, admitting mistakes, asking for help, suggesting ideas. Trust is necessary. We're very unlikely to feel psychologically safe within a group of people that we don't trust, either in respect to their competence, but more importantly, we're holding affective trust for them. So trust is necessary but not sufficient for psychological safety. Now let's think just quickly about the example of a rock climber. Now those of you who are familiar with rock climbing, maybe particularly rope climbing, may be familiar with the idea of a belayer. So the belayer is the person who, when you're climbing, and you've got a rope, the belayer is holding the rope. The belayer is below you usually, and is holding a rope, and so that if you fall, they'll catch you. They'll stop you falling to the ground. They've got your life in their hands. Now this requires a deep level of trust, right? This requires a deep level of both cognitive and affective trust that they are competent at holding the rope, and they won't just let go of it just for kicks and giggles. And so we need to deeply trust that person who's holding the rope. However, we might not feel psychologically safe with them. We might not feel psychologically safe enough to look down and say, "Oh, do you know, my arms are really tired. I need you to hold the rope while I rest them, or give them a shake." Or you might not feel safe enough to shout down and say, "Do you know what? I'm really scared. I think this is beyond me. I'm going to climb back down. Can you help me climb back down?" We might not feel safe to be vulnerable with that person, even though we deeply trust that they're competent and moral in what they're doing. So what do we do with all this? This is nothing without practice, right? So what do we do? So we need to demonstrate competence. We need to demonstrate consistent and reliable competence to our colleagues, teammates, peers, and the people that we're in groups with. That builds cognitive trust. We need to show empathy and integrity. And again, we need to do this reliably and consistently. This builds affective trust. There are other things we can do to build psychological safety and trust as well, which include things like shared goals, clarity of expectations and shared norms, shared language, reducing power gradients, reducing the perceived power differences within the group. And we also need to acknowledge that there are cultural differences as well as neurodiverse type differences with regard to how trust and particularly in regards to cognitive and affective trust, how this manifests and how it's valued in different groups. Some cultures and some domains, like industry, like tech or manufacturing or healthcare, some cultures emphasize competence and sort of prioritize and value competence, i.e. cognitive trust, over empathy and affective trust, and others prioritize and value empathetic and an affective trust more maybe than competence. But a balance between those two things is absolutely crucial to build both, and fundamentally to build psychological safety as well. So to just recap, trust is about how we see each other's competence and intentions. Trust is about how we view other people and their competence and their intentions with regard to us. Psychological safety is about how the group supports or hinders our interpersonal risks that we take. So trust is necessary for psychological safety, but by itself, it's not enough. Building both takes time, consistency, reliability, and conscious effort. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on trust and psychological safety, what this looks like in your world, what you found works, what doesn't. Let me know in the comments, and let me know what other videos you'd like to see. So like, subscribe, head over to psychsafety.com to sign up to our newsletter, get stuck into our community, attend meetups and all of that stuff, and I'll see you next time.